Hello everyone. I wanted to take a few minutes and just share with you my experience and kind of how we've set up our Intex pool. We are Intex pool fans, and we've done a lot of research, and we had done a lot of looking at things and just trying to figure out what solution was best for us. And so we just wanted to talk through what we did in hopes that maybe it gives you some ideas or answers some questions. And I just wanted to kind of give you the tour. So we did a lot of research, and what we started out last season with a smaller version of the Intex pool just to see how our kids would do with it and see how the quality was, and it actually held up very well. So we went ahead and went with this 18 foot by 52 inches, and we really love it. It's great, and we have such a blast in this pool. And it's the Ultra, so it's kind of the top of the line for Intex. It's held up very well so far. This is our first season using it, and so yeah, we love it. We enjoy it. There's some questions that I would like to answer that were not necessarily able to be found on YouTube, the other YouTube videos that I looked at. And I know a lot of people, they actually build a stair system as opposed to this rather small ladder. But for us, we have young kids, and so honestly, being able to pull it out and put it away so that the kids can't just climb in at any given time is perfect for us. It's very sturdy, but it is thin, and it's probably not the best quality ladder that's out there. So yeah, I just wanted to show you my setup. If you look over here, that fountain is awesome. It's an Intex fountain that just shoots out water. It's supposed to help the water stay cooler because it passes through in the air, and it's supposed to keep it from getting so hot. It does light up underneath, which can really only be seen at dusk or night. But honestly, it's a little inconsistent sometimes with that. I think it's because there's maybe sometimes some pressure issues with our filter. We have the 2100 gallon filter that it came with, but I think a lot of people go ahead and upgrade to the 3000, which we haven't felt the need to do that. Our filter has done a fantastic job so far, but it doesn't always, I guess, provide enough power for those lights to light up. But really, in terms of the functionality of it being a fountain, never skipped a beat. We love it. It's got a great sound to it as well. The other thing that we really researched, which was terrifying, was cutting out a space for this skimmer. We experienced not having a skimmer last year, and I can tell you what, this skimmer is life-changing. Like, it is amazing. Yes, you have to cut a big square in there, and it is very scary, but as long as you're careful, it's no problem at all. So this is what the skimmer looks like. It replaces these original hoses that comes with it. And so if you just look in here, it literally just functions like a legit skimmer, and it does a fantastic job. I mean, the amount of cleaning I have to do compared to it is just, it's not even a comparison. I threw up this piece of PVC pole just to give it some more support, because it is a little bit heavy. When this thing gets full of water, it's a little heavy. And so just for my being a little paranoid about it tearing up the rubber, I just put it up as a support. It's done a great job. And then you just run your hose from here into your Intex pump. Now, the other thing that I really love, which by the way, for power, I didn't have an outlet close by, so I literally got some PVC and ran an electric line, or actually it's an extension cable, all the way underneath the pool from the other side of the house. It comes out of this and goes into this box, which this box is great. It's a seal-proof, waterproof box that you put your cables in, and not one drop of water gets in. It's on Amazon for like 20 bucks. Well worth the investment. But we have the standard Intex pump. Now I want to share with you this little guy right here. This is a Hayward chlorine feeder. All right, it is awesome. Last year when we had to maintain chemicals, it's a pain in the butt. And we were looking into originally doing the saltwater system, But honestly, because of supply and demand right now, you can literally not find it anywhere. And if you can, it's like 5 times the price. So it's really like not worth it at all at this point. But if you're gonna do traditional chemicals, putting this in your system, it literally changes your life. It makes the time that you spend on chemicals so much less. And you literally just screw the top off, open it up, and you can put up to 9 3-inch chlorine tabs in there. I've got about 5 in there right now, and I probably change it out maybe once every 2 weeks. So literally in terms of chlorine, I don't have to think about it ever. It's got a dial right here too, so I can literally open up the valve either a little bit or all the way to full. That's gonna regulate my amount of chlorine, and over a couple weeks, you start to learn where does your dial need to be. For me, my dial's at about 3, between 3 and 4 at all times, and that gives my pool plenty of chlorine. The cool thing too is it does not run through my filter system or my skimmer, so no damage. You actually run your hoses up here into it from in here and goes out there. So yes, it does go through the hoses, but it completely bypasses the filter. So it comes, the water comes from this tube, throws it in here, comes back out and goes through there. It does not go through my system at all. And then this is just the other snapshot of how you hook up the water fountain. You have to run your hose up here, and then there's a second, this comes with the fountain, and then it spits it, you adapt this to it, and then you just turn this all the way down to turn it off, all the way up to turn it on. You never want to have it in between. So that's a lot of our setup. The 2100 gallon filter has been fine. By my calculations, it turns all the water over in less than 4 hours. And so I run my filter 8 hours a day. My water gets turned over twice, plenty to keep it in good shape. And so honestly, with that chlorine feeder, the only thing we're really having to worry about periodically is bumping up the pH. So I put about 8 ounces of pH in here, maybe once a week. Yesterday I had to do some alkalinity, but it's very rare. So honestly, doing chemicals this year has been a breeze, and I give all the credit to that Hayward chlorine feeder, which by the way, they sell an inline, which means it runs through your system, and an offline. I got the offline because again, I didn't want that strong chlorine water getting into my system and messing up my my parts here for the filter. So I also bought a this is the premium, I guess, Intex vacuum. You guys have probably, most of you have seen the other one that's older and cheaper. We got this. It's fantastic. It does a great job. Very simple. You connect it to your outspout and it vacuums and does a fantastic job. Let me just say this, for this device and the waterfall, there's some discount websites. I got these things for a fraction of what they sell for retail. So like for this, I got this filter, I got this waterfall for like 50 bucks, I believe. I got that for 75. That thing retails for like over 200. This retails for 110. So if you just look around on different websites and you really look for the best deal, there's some really good pool supply deals out there. But again, you're always competing with inventory. So that's my setup. Hope it's been helpful. Hey, if you have questions, oh, let me say one more thing. Just so you know, if you've got kids that are young, they love to jump in the pool. They love to be, for lack of a better term, rambunctious. You have to control how much they're moving, because when they get this pool moving and it's like waves and it's just going crazy, I can start to hear these metal poles just shifting a little bit, and it makes these tiny stretching sounds, which I really don't like. It's probably okay, but from every now and then I'm like, okay, kids, stop jumping for a few minutes, calm down, because I just, I want this pool to last for the long haul. So it may not be a problem, but if you're thinking about getting one of these pools and you have kids that are gonna go crazy in there, it's not as solid, obviously, as a cement, or in-ground pool, one of those sort of things. It's a little bit more movable, flexible, and so maybe that'll affect your decision or maybe not. But this pool has been awesome. We love it. It's great. I have no complaints. And again, it's all about having the right tools, the right equipment. I love the waterfall, love the chlorine feeder, love the skimmer. The skimmer is amazing. So hope that's been helpful. If you have questions and you throw them in the comment section, I'll be sure to answer them. Hope you guys have a great day, and hope you have a fantastic summer.